Subaru fans have been asking for one thing for years, a Crosstrek that doesn't feel like it's struggling to breathe when you hit the gas, but also doesn't drain your bank account at the pump. Well, the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid is finally here, and on paper it looks like the ultimate do-it-all machine. But here's the problem. In the past, Subaru's hybrids were, let's be honest, kind of a letdown. They were expensive, they had no trunk space, and the fuel savings were barely noticeable. So is this new 2026 version a genuine game changer, or is it just another compliance car meant to keep regulators happy while you get stuck with the bill? Today, we're tearing down everything you need to know: the real-world MPG, the massive tech upgrades, and the one deal-breaker flaw that might make you stick with the gas version. Let's get into it. If you've ever driven a standard Crosstrek with the base 2.0-liter engine, you know the feeling. You merge onto the highway, floor the pedal, and not much happens. It's loud, it's buzzy, and it takes its sweet time getting to 60.
Subaru knew they couldn't just slap a tiny battery on that weak engine and call it a day. People want the ruggedness of a Subaru, but they don't want to feel like they're driving a golf cart. The tension here is simple. Can Subaru give us hybrid efficiency without sacrificing that go-anywhere power? The answer is the new 2.5-liter e-Boxer system. Subaru finally ditched the old setup for a series parallel hybrid system, similar to what Toyota uses, but with a Subaru twist. You're looking at 194 horsepower. That's a massive jump from the base model. It's punchier, it's smoother, and most importantly, it actually feels confident when you're passing a semi-truck on an incline. It's the power the Crosstrek has always deserved. The biggest selling point for any hybrid is the range. Subaru is making a bold claim for 2026, over 590 miles on a single tank of gas. For a subcompact SUV, that's insane. That's drive from New York to Cleveland without stopping territory.
But wait, if you look at the EPA numbers, it's rated at about 36 mpg combined. Now compare that to a Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid, which gets 42 mpg, or a Honda CR-V Hybrid. Suddenly, the Subaru doesn't look like the fuel king anymore. So why would anyone buy the Subaru if the rivals are more efficient? Here's the payoff. Subaru isn't trying to beat Toyota at the city MPG game. They're winning the real-world capability game. Unlike most hybrids that use a fake electric AWD system where the rear wheels are just powered by a tiny electric motor, the Crosstrek keeps its symmetrical full-time AWD. You're getting 36 mpg while having the best traction in the class. Plus, with that larger gas tank, your total range is actually higher than many of its more efficient rivals. It's built for the long haul, not just the grocery run. Step inside an older Subaru, and it felt like 2015 called and wanted its buttons back. It was functional, sure, but modern wasn't the first word that came to mind. In a world where even entry-level Kias have massive digital cockpits, Subaru was falling behind. Fans were worried the 2026 hybrid would just be the same old cabin with a different badge. Could Subaru finally deliver a cockpit that feels worth the $34,000 price tag?
The payoff is huge. For the first time, the Crosstrek Hybrid gets a 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster. It's crisp, it's customizable, and it finally makes the car feel like a 2026 model. Combine that with the 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen that now supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and the interior finally matches the exterior's rugged energy. It's not just a car anymore, it's a tech-forward hub that actually works. The Crosstrek is the weekend warrior car. You buy it to haul camping gear, dogs, and Costco hauls. But there's a secret about hybrids that most car salesmen won't lead with. Batteries take up space. In the previous generation, the battery hump in the trunk was so bad it basically turned the SUV into a hatchback with a shallow shelf. It was a deal-breaker for anyone who actually uses their car for SUV things. So did Subaru fix it for 2026, or is the battery still eating your luggage? The engineers actually listened. They moved the battery lower and more forward. You still lose a tiny bit of space compared to the gas version, down to about 18.6 cubic feet from 19.9, but the floor is much flatter now. You can still fold the seats down and sleep in the back if you're camping. It's a compromise, yes, but it's no longer a deal breaker. You get the MPG and you get to keep your gear.
The 2026 Crosstrek Hybrid starts at roughly $33,995 for the sport trim. That is a significant jump. about $4,000 to $5,000 more than a well-equipped gas-only Crosstrek Premium. If you do the math, it takes a long time to make back $5,000 in gas savings, especially with gas prices fluctuating. If you're just trying to save money, the hybrid might actually be the more expensive choice over a 5-year ownership period. So why on earth would you pay the hybrid tax? The payoff isn't just in the fuel, it's in the refinement. The hybrid isn't just the efficient one, it's the best one. It's quieter because of the EV only creeping in traffic. It's faster because of the electric torque. And because it's a Subaru hybrid, the resale value is predicted to be through the roof. You aren't just paying for better MPG, you're paying for a better driving experience every single day.
So, back to our original question. Is the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid the perfect small SUV? If you want the absolute highest MPG, go buy a Toyota. If you want a race car, buy a WRX. The Crosstrek Hybrid sits in this weird middle ground where it's trying to be everything to everyone. But for 2026, Subaru finally found the sweet spot. They fixed the power, they fixed the tech, and they kept the legendary AWD system that makes a Subaru a Subaru. It's no longer a compromise car. It's the version of the Crosstrek we've wanted since the model first launched 10 years ago. If you're looking for a rugged, tech-heavy daily driver that can actually handle a blizzard, this is it. But tell me in the comments, would you pay the extra $4,000 for the hybrid, or would you stick with the gas-powered wilderness model for that extra off-road beef? I want to hear your thoughts.